Afternoon YouTube, welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. Gonna try to make this video a little bit shorter. This is another great product by Dreo. And Dreo reached out to Fat Cat Collections a few weeks ago and were nice enough to collaborate on 4 different products. This is great because it brings awareness to a brand you may never have heard about. Now, when it comes to buying stuff like this, there are so many different options nowadays. I have had many over the years. I've had different fans. I'm sure you have as well. And one thing that really means a lot to me when it comes to a fan and something I really look for is the adjustability. So this fan has, I believe, 12 different modes. 12 different speed settings. So that's pretty incredible. Now, whether a fan is a smart, whether it connects to your phone, all this stuff to me is really irrelevant. One thing I really look for is one, a remote control. So if I want to turn this off from bed, let's say I get a little bit cold, I can do that. The ability to put it on a timer, to be able to save energy. You know, you don't want this sucker running, throughout the entire day if it's not blowing on anybody, right? That's just, my situation as far as my outlook on these things. And then this is an important one. So it has adjustability oscillation angle. So most fans, we've all seen them, they oscillate back and forth, right? What I find annoying is that when you have a fan like that, when we get that really hot weather, we don't have air conditioning. We do now thanks to Dreo, but that's a different video. But something like this we'll be putting downstairs. And so a lot of times if you're sitting on like a sofa love seat and people are trying to get some fan, get some of that cool air, the fan's oscillating, and a lot of times it's oscillating way past the seating position of people. With this, you can adjust the angle. So you have 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, or 120 degrees of oscillation angle. That's great if you just have, a couple sitting on a couch. You don't need it to sweep all the way around the whole corner of the room, wasting a lot of that sweet, cool air, right? As far as the speed, this sucker really gets down. I've had tower fans before. This one really puts out some decent CFM. Now, as far as the CFM, they don't list that here, but I can tell you this sucker will blow your doors off. It definitely throws a lot of air, and it's pretty quiet. For those who care about decibel ratings, 25 dBs, that's pretty quiet. I'm not sure where that rating came from, whether that's in high mode or low mode. When the sucker is on high, you do hear it. But, for me personally, I'm not really that sensitive to noise. So, I think most people would be sensitive if they're putting this in their bedroom where they want to use this to sleep and be a little more comfortable at night. But you have 12 different speed adjustments. So somewhere in there, I found some folks who do have that kind of issue, whether it be, relationships in the past or whatnot, you can adjust it, and sometimes, putting it on low, you barely feel it. Putting on medium, might not be high enough, too loud for that person. So this is going to allow you to really kind of fine tune and adjust that speed where, you have a nice balance between being comfortable and not being disturbed by the noise. Other than that, you have a pretty large tower design. Something very, very simple that a lot of folks don't think about. I'm a do-it-yourselfer. I don't mind picking up a screwdriver, but for a lot of folks aren't. A lot of fans I've had in the past, you have to, you have screws you have to put together and all that nonsense. With this, really simple. You have a 2-part base. You just snap them together, and then the actual base just slides right down the middle, and you have this big, giant plastic sort of nut. And you just hand screw it on. Very simple. It took me less than 30 seconds to take it out of the box and get the sucker up and running. As far as the remote control, and I had that here. Here it is. The remote control is very similar to the heating fan that I'm going to review. You might have seen it already by Dreo. Another great option for those who want to throw some heat in one of their rooms. This has, it does have the same remote control. So you have your options, you have your speed, a silent mode, which I believe just kicks that down to a slower speed. It's not really a mute button. You're not going to change the acoustics of the fan other than lowering it down to keep it quieter. And then of course your timer and the oscillating feature. So pretty cool. I'm not going to read every single thing they have on here. A lot of this is just kind of more of a sales pitch, but this works great. It blows a lot of air. It has a lot of adjustability, and I think this is a fantastic product. Other cool thing about it is on the back, there are 2 screws. Very easy to take the back off and give this a good cleaning. One thing that's kind of something you do have to maintain with any kind of fan, especially depending on where you may live. Those blades may get a little dirty, might need a good vacuum once in a while. They make it very easy. You can pop back there and do a little bit of maintenance. Pretty straightforward. That's really about it. Nothing really else to say about it. Oh, they do list it. Here's a picture. They say here max air volume is 1475 CFM. So, a lot of times when folks are buying products like this, we don't know what you know, what's good CFM and not CFM unless you've really researched this and you've had fans, you've looked at what they produce. But I can tell you, I've had tower fans in the past, and this moves a lot of air. It's great. And that's it. As far as the pricing on this, if you get the standard version, you're looking at $116. And I will say that, you know, when you look at what fans are priced on Amazon, they're all over the place. 116, you know, I don't know, I don't think it's too far out of line. You could probably get them cheaper, but I have not seen too many with 12 hyper wind speed settings. So that's pretty cool. Again, kind of a little bit of a marketing picture, the hyper wind speed. But, you know, it works great. You have a lot of adjustability. I think this is definitely something to add to your home if you need a good quality cooling fan. If you do want the Wi-Fi version, it is available for $150, so you got to pay a little more. I don't know if it's really necessary. I mean, having a Wi-Fi connected fan, you know, they give you the remote, so I honestly wouldn't recommend the Wi-Fi version. I just don't see really the point in having the ability to turn it on, you know, remotely. The only reason why you might get that is if you do have the smart home assistants and you want to turn your fan on or off with your voice, you can do that. Keep in mind, if you say, oh, well, I have a smart plug, or you just use that, you really can't use a smart plug with something like this. If you plug this into the smart plug, you still actually have to turn the fan on. But I don't know. I think that having the remote control is really all you need. I mean, how lazy do we have to be, right? So, you know, it works great. That's about it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, link is in the description. If I can help you guys in any way whatsoever, I am always here to help. I want to thank Dreo for their generosity in sending me this product. Again, if you are in the market for some of your home heating, cooling, even cooking needs, check out their air fryer I just reviewed. I'll put the link in the description to that as well. Check out their mini space heaters. They work fantastic. And check out some of their other products. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day, and take care.